Okay, so this will be a feedback slash critique for Minks. I'm gonna assume that Mega Minks is the one playing Kunimitsu. I know very basic stuff about Kuni, and so, I wouldn't expect any sort of in-depth character knowledge, but it mainly seems like you're just looking for feedback on fundamentals and stuff and bad habits. I figured why not, I'll give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Usual disclaimers, I'm just a nerd who likes Tekken. I kind of like Kuni, I don't really play her. She's cool, but I like Tekken, and I'm usually giving feedback from a perspective of, hey, look, here's what I've seen worked before, here's what I've seen, lead to general success, and you can try out these options. It's not necessarily gospel, it's just kind of like my 2 cents on the thing. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, it starts up pretty early. Oh, we're like getting right into it. Okay. Let me see if I can buff up the quality. Good with punish. Alright, so right off the bat, right? You finish the combo straight into what I assume is a normal ender, right? Now, I could be wrong. Maybe this is like what Kuni is supposed to do. But if you know you're going to reach the wall, right? I'm pretty sure you could have adjusted it. Do the usual combo. Okay, so I think you should have adjusted it to stop, because I know you can stop that kick in this kick right there, the one you do right before the big long kick, mid kick or whatever, the little cartwheel. I think you should have stopped it there and ended in back turn to set up a mix up, because you didn't have enough time to do your usual like 5-hit wall combo that she does, right? So instead of going for the damage, I think you should have used that opportunity to set up a back turn mix up, because your opponent's gonna tech from the wall, and now you're gonna lose wall pressure, and now the lay has room to like move around and maneuver in, right? So you sacrificed all your pressure, you lost out on just a lot of opportunity. And yeah, so just pump the brakes there, set up the back turn mix up, and again, this is very hazy on Kuni knowledge. Maybe you didn't have an option, and maybe back turn in this specific situation isn't as scary as it would be normally. If that's the case, rip me, but I think you stood more to gain from going for a mix up there as opposed to finishing the combo. Right, so like right here, like he immediately techs, and you try to press a button afterward, right? But whereas if you were in back turn, I think you could have done back turn down too, right? The kunai, because he can't, because I'll test this myself later, because I'm like 90% sure that he can't auto low parry it, because all of the stance auto low parries, excuse me, still follow the same restrictions. Usually, I know Anna's does. I'm pretty sure Leroy doesn't, because Leroy's fucking broken and DLC. If you cannot normally low parry the move, a stance auto low parry will also not be able to do it, right? So you could have easily still done, back turn down too. But he does the combo, and let's just keep going. Does Kuni not have any grounded stuff? I guess not. Rip. Okay. Could you have done something differently? No, let's just keep going. Rip. Yeah, I'm also not too familiar with the late matchup outside of like generic, so this is gonna be brutal. My apologies, but all right. So you do. Excuse me. You do the jab. Okay, so right here when he's doing like the razor rush into stuff, could you have done kunai, right? Because kunai, your hitbox will extend further up. Maybe it was too slow. But he's clearly gonna whiff razor rush, and I think you could have done like 4-2. Maybe we're going too deep into like what if scenario, so let's just keep going. Okay. What is right at the start? You're very. What is your reasoning, right? Why immediately go for like the aggressive play? What was the? You do a backdash slightly. I guess you were aiming for like a whiff punish. I mean, it worked out because the lay was committed to a stance. Oh wait, does that? Oh, he's not in crane. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm typically try to be more defensive. I'm just very passive as a player in general, so I'm not necessarily in agreement with just ripping the, the fucking, what is it, down forward 3-2? Well, mid kick into kunai sweep, right? I know you can cancel it and stuff. I think you should have gone for the cancel maybe and set up more full crouch stuff. It ended up working out, which is not, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just hesitant about going in on the aggression against Lei. He's just such a slippery character. It's so annoying. Granted, I don't think his wall standing punishment is that crazy. Does he have like a 15 frame wall standing launcher? I'm not sure. Oh, this is cool. So far, so good. Fucking Beyblade, just let it run. That was a good round. Okay. Let's see how this. Oh, nice. Oh, unfortunately, not count. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think you could have punished there, but I'm not sure. Rip. Oh, nice. Oh. 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 Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, rip the lay, but okay. Let's keep going and see how you handle this match. Rip. Why? Okay, so does Kuni have like a fast high crush? I ask because this snake setup is like clearly like a high, right? There's no way that's a mid. Maybe I'm setting up for failure. Apologies in advance. So there's the big thing you got to worry about right here is that when he's in snake stance, I think the new low that he has that's really scary because it leads into like crazy ass mix-ups is 4-1, right? Snake 4-1. So you have to be careful, and so I think you have the right idea about just keep your distance, right? I think you were too slow on the backdash. I think you need to immediately just create that distance because you do not want to be in close range where he can start doing snake 4-1 into mix-ups, right? But then now that you have this distance and you're forcing the lay to approach you, so now you know that okay, he's gonna do something. Oh, you tried to do down forward too. Maybe you were too slow. Okay, so think about it, right? Why do down forward 2, right? I think you could try and instead like do set up a full crouch, because think about it, the lay has to commit to his stances, right? He can't just go snake into crane into tiger easily. It always has to be like from a move or something. And so if he's advancing with the move, he can't necessarily cancel it, because this whatever he's doing is not razor rush, right? Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, and apologies in advance if that's not the case, but he can't cancel whatever he's doing directly into crane. So this is a little bit of matchup knowledge where you have to kind of recognize that, like, hey, look, like, okay, he's not in the stance that can do stuff. So I think you could have, instead doing down forward 2, because he's really advancing really quickly, just do full crouch down forward 3, right? He's advancing forward into you, he's doing it with highs, you're in full crouch, and full crouch down forward 3 will still high crush everything, so you'll be set, right? You didn't need to do down forward 2. Yeah, down forward 2 is a launch, but you just get hit out of it, right? So that's the main issue. I think just you have to take into account the timing and distance of your opponent. So if you started the moment you see him advancing, like right there, you maybe could have done it, or if you had a read on it, right? You could have preemptively done down forward 2. But the moment you see like, okay, he's advancing with like this high and something that's coming up, full crouch down forward 3. That is my opinion, This is all based on the knowledge that that is a high. But if it's a mid, oof, that's kind of hilarious. But I don't think it's a high because he would have hit you out of the down 4-2 right there. Or I don't think it's a mid. Let's just keep going. Okay, and so again we run into this issue of why are you immediately doing like what is it called, cat stance, Catan stance, whatever the shorthand is for it. Why? What are you expecting like him to rush in again like that? I mean, it worked out, which is fine. It's whatever. I think you just focus more on baiting whiffs from your opponent. I feel like you're too trigger happy on pulling the move, right? Again, maybe it's because Lei has to commit to his stances, like he can't block in them. He can't just cancel into a block, right? But you could easily just do like Catan 1, right? The little like jab she does, and I'm sure that has like some counter hit stuff. Like, let me check. Kuni cat 1. Yeah, that's great. That could have easily done something, right? You know, counter hit plus 12, you can do further stuff into that. I don't think you needed to commit to like the big flashy launcher. It's more explosive, sure, but you still need to like, I feel like you need to be more confident or more sure of your read before just going for the big Hail Mary, right? That's usually the issue, is that people focus too much on like your big power Tekken moves, like the big Tekken moves, and they don't just do like a small Tekken move. Yes, Catan 1 is not as flashy and rewarding as Catan 3-2 or whatever this, this launcher is, but you're putting yourself at far less risk, right? And Catan 1's like still a really strong mid, right? And he's advancing forward into it, so you'll be fine. What's the distance that he's at? Does the snake thing, blah blah blah. Yeah. You could have easily just done Catan 1, but it worked out. So hey, more power to you. It's just I'm of the opinion of like, don't make such heavy commitments when you don't need to. Not yet. If there was like a whiff punish, or if you've conditioned him to duck more and then do the Kadan thing, sure, go for it. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not a Kuni player. What is your reasoning behind the kunai here, right? Why? You for a little bit of extra damage, you've just put yourself against the wall, against the Lei for no good reason, and you're committing to it. I mean, it worked out fine because the Lei pressed into whatever your 2-2 is. This was fine, right? Even if you don't have enough time to do the full like down forward 1-2-1 or whatever the wall combo is, just set up a full crouch mix-up or set up your mix-ups, right? This is an ample opportunity to dash in and put some Oki on the Lei. Like, Kuni's Oki is great, right? It's not like, I'm not going to say it's like Yoshi level crazy and amazing with all these crazy different setups, but it is clearly serviceable enough where I don't see a reason to just do kunai for an extra bit of damage that's not going to kill, and now you lose all your wall pressure and have to, play neutral against this Lei all over again. Again with like the Catan commitment, and I just don't see a reason why, right? I feel like you need to focus more on conditioning your opponent, right? So do the Catan into maybe set into something that's like, you gotta focus on what your overall game plan is, right? Maybe Kuni's just not able to do this, and I'm overestimating what this character's capable of, because I know her lows like suck. But you need to focus more on conditioning the lows and setting up more plus frame stuff. Like right here, when you're doing this Catan stuff, right? This is where you immediately just do like, instead dash in and then do down forward 3-4, because down forward 3-4 into back turn is fucking insane, right? Because the opponent has to guess so much, and it's not like the Lei has amazing panic tools, right? He has evasive shit, like he's got a lot of good stuff, yeah, but he's not like, alright, I'm just gonna hop kick you and blow up your back turn stuff. He doesn't really have like a 12. Does he have a 12 frame mid? Maybe he does. But I don't think you're just not doing enough for like with your more broken setups, right? Or just doing like 4-2 into back turn because 4-2 jails, right? So, because think about it this way, right? Yes, you don't have very good lows, but you have 4-2 into back turn stuff that jail, so you don't have to worry about them ducking in the middle of the string. So then you have like highs that make your opponent want to duck, achieving what a threatening low could do, and now your opponent is more susceptible to your mids, right? Oh, that was decent. I don't think... Yeah, see, backturn stuff's great. Oh, rip. You see, all of this, look at like the position you're in now. All your health is gone. But more importantly, look at where your stage position is, right? If you had instead just... This is what... I don't mean to, sound over dramatic, but look, this is where it all went wrong. Look at this. One kunai, all your wall pressure is gone, and now you're forced to like, oh, I think you could have done 4-4-2 there, right? You got to get in your damage when you can, where you can. But if you're not confident in being able to read the lay, and like look at your health lead, right? It's such a big health lead, and it just all disappears. Right, so you don't have a good read on when he's going to go for rave sweep, and now he's just able to kind of like go ham on you. And now your back is to the wall, and the lay has Oki set up. Oh, that was a good read on the lay, but that was so tragic. That was a fucking tragedy. Yeah, and so I don't mean to like... if at any point I sound very aggressive in my commentary, I implore you, don't take it personally. I'm not trying to like say that you're an idiot or anything like that. All I'm saying is this, is that you sacrificed all your pressure, Oki, and wall pressure for a little bit of damage, and then you just got blown up for it, right? So that's what I'm trying to, recommend here, is that in the future, sacrifice, even if you sacrifice, you don't get like a full combo and full damage, that's fine, because you gain so much in Oki and pressure, right? It's not like it was going to kill anyway, so, stuff to consider for the future in those types of situations. Oh, nice. Rip, no pickup, which is fine, it looked hard. Okay, right here, we're gonna see this dance is like, don't commit too much to your whiffs, right? I just don't think you need to do that much. Just dash block in occasionally, dash in slightly, and try to force the lay to whiff as much as you can, because then you can, just quarter circle forward one. And is he gonna do something that, commitment heavy to where you'll be able to do that whiff punish? I mean, it really depends, right? But you have to do what you can to try and create that scenario from happening. If you just immediately shut that off from your toolkit, right, of like, oh, well, he's never going to whiff anything, I shouldn't bother trying for quarter circle forward one, then yeah, of course. But you have to play as if you have to create that opportunity for yourself. That's, in my opinion. Again with like the Catan stuff, which I don't know, it's working out, so it's like whatever. But I feel like your more powerful options are gonna be going into trying to force back turn, because from back turn it's where a lot of your scary highs and lows are gonna be, right? Because you have a full grab mix up, like a true 50-50 grab mix up from back turn, and you have back turn down through and back turn down two, which is like, what is that, plus? Kuni, so many stances. Is this the move I'm thinking of? Yeah, fuck it, that move is so good, right? It's +3 force crouch, a counter hit launch, and 20 damage. That's insane, right? And I feel like you need to be leveraging that low a lot more. And even just, let me see if they have it. Kuni back turn. Yeah, even just back turn generic down 3. It's a lot less damage at 12, but you're still +3, right? And it's -11 versus -13 with back turn down 2. And so that's really, you need to be leveraging those more powerful low options a lot more, because that's really all you have, right? Your opponent's not going to get scared from set, what is it, set 3? Yeah, set 3. Oh my god, that's fucking weep. Setsuna Kage, that's pretty cool sounding. Right, they're not going to get scared from this, but +3 force crouch into more mix-ups. They're definitely going to get scared from this. So you need to be leveraging this a lot more. Okay. Rip. Yeah, and he just blows you up. Rip. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing is like when you see the Lei approaching, why are you gonna do a set right there, right? Why are you trying to do a set move when he's clearly advancing forward enough where you have to be mindful of your spacing? Like he's clearly gonna advance forward enough where he's gonna, you know, blow you up for something. It works out fine. Or no, after you want to do it. Okay. So he does his combo. Does his Oki. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. Nice. Oh, we're right into it. Okay. No, he didn't punish you. Rip. Okay, so again, why, right? Think about it. A lot of the stuff that you've done, all of your Cat 4 or Cat 3, the one that's like, you do Katan and then it does like the low, right? He hasn't ducked any of that. He didn't duck set 3. He didn't duck your throw from previous situation. He just hasn't ducked a lot. I don't think you needed to go commitment heavy and immediately go for like that, immediately go for the wall standing 3. Especially because Lei has a generic down forward too. It's not an infamous like Law or Paul, but it's still like a good whiff punisher, right? And so you risk running into that situation. I think you need to keep in mind that he hasn't really ducked anything and you haven't used full crouch down forward 3 the entire set. It doesn't matter if you've used it or not. Full crouch down forward 3 is an unseeable low, right? Or and why the commitment to like the heavy launch? Or is this here? Yeah. Why the commitment into the heavy launch, right? No, maybe I'm overinflating rank here, and side note, I don't think rank matters, but just you're clearly facing a strong player to ideally, right? And they're not gonna really challenge the down back 3-3-3 because of like the wall standing 4 stuff, right? So you're committing to wall standing 3 when you don't need to, and you could have done like wall standing 1-1 or wall standing 1-2 or wall standing 4, right? Just less commitment on your mix-ups until you're more certain of, okay, they're gonna duck or try to challenge you. And I think you, in this situation, you have to take into account the spacing. Where are you at? You have to take into account the spacing, right? Wall standing 3 is notoriously shitty hitbox. It's whatever, and it's not like you're gonna do like up forward 3-4 and all that. So I think here you should have gone for the full crouch down forward 3 because he has throughout the first set. I'm assuming you're playing this back to back. He hasn't really ducked anything, and so that tells you like, okay, I think I can open this guy up with some more lows. Rip. was that like just dash in down forward 3-4? Why? Right? Again, you have to keep in mind your distance. Look at this, right? You're clearly running in. You're not dash blocking, so the Lei is going to feel confident in trying to blow you up out of whatever you do. And the Lei can do forward 3 a lot faster. How fast is Lei forward 3? I-16. Is that with the forward input or without? I'm assuming what you did is down 4-3-4. Yeah, I don't know. But it's like I just dash block. Gain more information on your opponent before committing to like, oh, I'm just gonna run up and do a move. Oh shit, that hit. That's so funny. That's pretty funny. Mm. It is what it is. Rip. Okay. This is, don't use the parry, right? I'm not a Kuni versus Lei expert, and so maybe there's like really good situations for the parry, but don't use the parry because it's just a generic reversal. If the Lei at any point decides to just do rave sweep, you're fucked, right? Because the parry will not catch lows, and then you'll just die for it. So you have to be very careful, right? I think it's just too commitment heavy. And then Lei can, you never know what the Lei is really going to do to cancel into a different move or a sidestep or something, and then he just avoids your unblockable follow-up and then, you know, gets to launch you for whatever, for a whiff punish. Yeah. I should play Lei. I like Lei. Rip. Okay, look, like, yeah, so right here you see the example of you're running in with all these commitment heavy moves. What are you expecting to blow up, right? It didn't work out the previous time you got hit out of it, and now the Lei can just comfortably watch you whiff over him. Keep in mind, like, once you're dealing with play dead, and especially if their head is towards you or if he's face down, this stance is fucked. It's even more fucked than, you know, AOP or relax, right? It's just you have to make sure whatever you're doing hits grounded. I'm pretty sure Kuni's down 2 hits grounded, but more importantly, you know, set 3 would have worked fine, right? What are you trying to blow up with all these like big running, let me run into my opponent and then do move? Like, yeah, Lei's block punishment's kind of whatever, but Lei, when he's facing an opponent who's just running at him hoping to blow something up, or, you know, it's just running at him recklessly, it's like you're handing him it's like you're handing him the round on a silver platter, right? Do not approach Lei unless you have to. And I don't think that life lead is dangerous enough where you're just like, all right, let me just start throwing out Hail Marys and hoping what sticks, hoping something sticks. Yeah, he just gets to do that. Then set up Oki. Ah, this is fucking scary. Oh, nice. You're and that's the right, and then he just blows you up because of our move. You're what are you hoping to do with whiffing all these jab strings in his face? What is your game plan, right? It's like, just dash block, just inch forward when you're more certain of, like, okay, I think I can go for like a set move here, right? Set 3, set 2, because set 2 is godlike, right? That's when you can just inch forward, dash block your way in, and then just try just a bit of patience. The match isn't going to go anywhere. If you lose this round, whatever, you just have to wait. And because you overextending, the Lei has a million more ways to make you overextend and blow you up for it than he does, you know, being able to rush in and apply pressure on you, right? It's the risk reward is not in your favor when you're trying to rush down this Lei. So you need to be a bit more patient and try to force whiffs out of it, or create a good spacing where you can do, you know, set 3, 2, etc., whatever. Rip. Nice. God, that 2 is so good. Okay. I like the idea you had there. Yeah, he slumped too. Actually, no, because honestly, down forward 1-2-1 should hit that, right? I don't know. Maybe you could do forward 4-2, or maybe that loses you the wall. Anyway, regardless, I agree with your decision here. I agree with the idea of, like, okay, let me try and, like, see what he does and set up a pressure situation or Oki afterwards. What did you try and do? Yeah, look. Right? He immediately just goes into crane here, right? Because I guess at the wall he's a lot more afraid of your lows. It's too early in the match because he hasn't really done this in the past, but just in the future, mark that like, okay, yeah, he's gonna go into crane at the wall because he's expecting lows and stuff. So doing like sidestep 4 is just gonna get you blown up. And why do sidestep 4 there, right? Because think about it. Look at the situation you're in. Look at the distance between you and this layer right here, right? If you just crouch, if you just do full crouch, he's going to transition into a stance first, and then you don't have to worry about him backdashing out of wall standing 3 range. You don't have to worry about him backdashing out of wall standing 1-1 range, etc. So here I think you should have just done a full crouch mix up instead, because you had ample time to set it up, and then you can just do like your usual, you can do like your usual, wall standing 3, wall standing 1-1, or full crouch down forward 3, or wall standing 4, or just see what he does first. Yes. Oh, I need to take a drink of water. Excuse me. That's what I'm talking about, right? You don't need to commit to anything. Just wait for him to whiff or put himself in a precarious position, and then boom, kunai, and you're good to go. I think he just hop kicked you. I don't think he auto parried your kunai because I don't think it came out. Did it? No, you totally canceled. Yeah, he just hop kicked you. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But I think you were on the right track. Is just be patient. He'll do a stance transition, and you should be able to hit that, right? And here's the best part, right? Even if you whiff your kunai, Kuni doesn't teleport, right? So the moment you see him do like back turn stuff, kunai. If it whiffs, you're golden. You don't risk teleporting in, and you're safe, which I think is bullshit. But that's a whole different discussion, right? And if it doesn't, if he blocks it, at the distance you were at, you would have been fine. It's that distance where you can space kunai to be a lot more safe, right? That's actually safe and they can't punish it. You would have been fine. So kunai, I think that's a key tool in this matchup that you're underutilizing. Oh, I'm sorry, I looked away. What's going on? Nice. Yeah, it's dude, back turn stance. That's where it's at. That's my opinion anyway. Back turn stuff is so much fun. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think you can challenge it a bit more. Exactly. Set up your full crouch, set up your back turn. Those are your, you have a lot of strong options from them. Just do full crouch down for, oh, nice break. When he does a stance transition, and he's blocking into it, just see what happens first. And if you block the transition, then sure, I think you can challenge with back two. If you get hit by it, you just gotta hold it. Is that a grab unbreakable? I can't remember. The grab's scary. Oh, nice. I do the same thing, and it always hurts every time I see it. This is a stagger block, dude. Launch him. Stagger blocks are universal. The animation might be slightly different, and you do have like fucked situations like Eddie's slippery kicks. But the moment you block like that, you need to train yourself to delayed hop kick, right? Because it applies across multiple characters, whether you're playing against them or whether you're playing Kuni or not. If you're playing it, most characters have delayed hop kick, right? And you need to, and delayed hop kick always hits all the stagger blocks, right? So you need to make sure that you do that, because you just sacrificed all your damage and momentum by just doing wall standing 1-1. Yeah, maybe it was like a nerves thing, so I'm not gonna harp on it too much. But try to train your muscle memory into like focusing and really honing in on that. Nice, nice. God, the turret does a lot of damage. Nice. Oh, that was really good. Nice. Holy shit. Rip the drop. That was a good break. Okay. See, this is a tough situation because maybe you had the right idea of like trying to capitalize on the momentum you've been getting, but I think you committed too much to the stance, right? The teleport into low, he hits you out of it. I felt like you were fine, because look now look at the situation, right? The lay has to advance on you, and yeah, you're in a scary situation because you have like you're dealing with, you know, your back is to the wall against a lay, but you have a side wall, right? Even if he wall splats you, it's most likely going to be a side splat, which fucks up his wall combo, and you can tech out of it and escape pressure. So I think you have a lot of options. I think you're being a little too trigger happy in this situation, right? Why are you going to rush in on this lay? Even if you had the previous successes, this is where you want to change the gears and just use all your like more powerful keep out tools, right? You don't need to advance in. Your life lead's really good. The lay is pretty close to like one good combo finishes him, and now he has to approach you. I think here you instead just start to sidestep immediately to disalign yourself from the wall and put the lay in between you and the wall, right? Flip the roles on him. I don't think you need to dash in here. Rip. Double rip. Nice. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I think you just committed too much to the stance. You didn't need to. It worked out. Okay, I'll probably do this. This will be probably my last match, and then I'll cut it here. So let's see how it goes. Oh, you got the last match. This is so weird. Oh, wait, does that work? Does he auto fucking? Is that not a kunai? There's no way. Oh, that's so busted. I'd have to reevaluate that. I have to check that. Rip. I think like you had the right idea the first time. The moment you see play dead, don't commit to anything. Just back away. Focus more on your ground hitting options, right? Like set 3. What else? I don't know what else Kuni has that hits grounded. I'm pretty sure down 2 hits grounded, right? So doing stuff like that. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of doing like, you know, you're not gonna kill him. That was like fine. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? You just start enforcing like that full crush stuff. Make him aware of it. Make him scared. I think we can punish that. Alright. That's funny. Lei has a bunch of these. This move, this one, the move he just did, the Tiger 2-2, that's a mid-high. If you're gonna run into this Lei a lot, or if you just run into Lei a lot, memorize those like mid-high ones, right? Always duck the second follow-up and launch him, right? Duck the second part of the string, the high. He has the palm into high, like kick. This is the slap. There's the kick one, and he can cancel the second part, but he cannot follow up with the mid. He always has to cancel into a stance. So if you duck, he either does the kick and you launch him with the whiff for the whiff punish, or he cancels the string and you're like, okay, he canceled into a stance. I'm just gonna block whatever comes up. You don't have to worry about, oh, he did the mid into another mid instantly, right? I think the extra backdash is whatever. I don't think you need to backdash that extra step because you're letting you're giving the lay an opportunity to start sidestepping and disalign from the wall, and you need to make sure you keep your opponent in between you and the wall, right? What could you have done anything differently? I don't know what her, oh, nice. I don't know what her plus frame options are. That's whatever. Why? Oh, I guess it doesn't fucking matter because he pressed the button. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I mean, hey, if it worked out, it worked out, right? I bet that light is pretty salty right now. That's funny. Yeah, again, right then and there, right? If the lay were sharper, maybe he didn't expect the counter hit. I'm pretty sure he launches you right there. I could be wrong, but that's, you gotta avoid. Don't. That's whatever. Just don't make any heavy commitments you don't have to. Oh, nice. Rip. Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, right there is like, you need to also experiment with your wake up options because you just did the spring kick. Why? What were you gonna do? Right? The lay's clearly still doing his move. Stay on the ground, side roll, wait for the lay to whiff something, and then back roll or toe kick. Right? You have a lot of other options you need to experiment with. Nice. Oh, rip. It just hits you out of it. Oh. Yeah, practice your slide punish, I guess, but it's whatever. Oh, nice. Oh, rip. He also hit you out of it. Oh, he should have just launched you. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lei has a decent-ish punish for that. Oh. Oh. Holy shit, maybe he does auto parry the stance. That's so fucked up. That's so dumb. What? I'm pretty sure Anna can't do that, so I'm fucking annoyed, but whatever. Oh, I rewinded too far. That's so fun. Yeah, and so just nice. Just okay, he's clearly advancing with Razor Rush. Why are you trying to do Catan stuff, right? And in that situation, just let him whiff something. Just wait. There's no pressure on you, right? You don't have, the life lead isn't that bad, right? And it's online. People are always aggressive online. Just wait it out and then whiff punish him with your full screen whiff punisher, right? Kuni has the full screen whiff punish. Lei doesn't have anything from this distance, right? So just let him whiff some stuff and just punish him. Even if he blocks it and you teleport in, you're safe. And it's obviously not great to be at -9 against a Lei, but it's like, don't overcommit to try and advance with moves. Nice, yeah. See, what is the Lei gonna do against that? He's gonna jab punish you from that distance. Do the kunai. Like, what is the Lei have that's gonna reach that far, right? That's what I'm talking about. Just backdash, force the Lei to whiff something, frustrate the Lei to start throwing out buttons and take more risks, and then punish him for it. Kuni's punishment suite is godlike, right? It's she's got a good a good punish at every critical frame, and her whiff punishment is easily godlike. Is she the best punish character in the game? I don't know. Maybe other people have some stand-up punishers, but just that whole like the ability to just backdash, play a stronger jab game than the Lei can, and force a whiff out of him and get such an easy punish is it's way more stacked in your favor, right? Oh, rip. Mm. Again, you're not experimenting with your wake up options. You just do the spring, the handspring, and maybe she has the funny one that like on block you can jab float them, but why? What are you hoping to achieve with such a slow startup move? He's just hitting you out of it every single time. You need to experiment more with your wake up options, right? You can stay on the ground. It's perfectly okay to stay on the ground. You can side roll, you can toe kick, you have so many options. Mm. Nice. Fat Lay had just what like here's the problem you're gonna run into, and I'm gonna cut it short here after this match, but like in the future matches, the moment you start whiffing at that range, you need to be more mindful of your spacing, because all the Lay has to do is just forward 4-3, and that's an easy whiff punish for him, right? And then you're just dead. We'll talk about that later, but let's keep going. Nice. Wall to wall. Oh, is that an Oki ender? What? In the final round of the match, why go for this Oki option? Was it maybe it was a missed input, but I feel like you could have easily reached the wall, right? Kuni's combo routes are insane, but yeah, go for the wall. Just or maybe you're cutting him off rage. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, never mind. Just keep going. Nice. Ah, you get a guaranteed option, right? You get guaranteed 4-4-2, right? Oh no. What's that? Is it course hook 4-2? Is it this thing? That's 13 frame startup. That's busted. Yeah. That totally hits grounded, right? So you could easily have done that. Oh, I mean, it worked out. Oh fuck, I'm stupid. Nice. That's so funny. Oh man, that was a fun watch. These characters are always fun. I hate fighting them, but they're fun to watch. Excuse me. Okay, look. Summary. Neutral. You're just too trigger happy on all of these moves, and you're not doing anything to condition your opponent. You're not enforcing mix-ups with back turn. You're not doing sidestep 2 into back turn. You're not doing 4-2 into back turn. You're not doing down 4-3-4 into back turn. You're not doing anything that focuses on hitting grounded. You're doing all these like big Tekken moves that require commitment from you. And if the Lei were just sharper on his whiff punishment or block punishment, you'd have either died or just lost so much health and created more work for yourself. I'm not gonna say Kuni can just play this stellar poke and punish game. I think she can to a pretty reasonable degree. Like, I get it, your lows aren't that scary or whatever, but it's like that doesn't mean you need to commit to every big move, every big Tekken move out of your stances and other options. You're just overcommitting to things that you don't need to, and in a lot of situations, like, yeah, you won the match, but just you created more work for yourself, because oftentimes the Lei just hit you out of it or blew you up, and it was just insane. What else? In the neutral, when you're at that really long range, who cares? Who cares about like, oh, the Lei's really far away and I need to get in? I feel like you're being way too aggressive on the approach, and you need to just take it down a notch and focus more on being just patient and waiting, right? either closing the distance and then doing like set 2 or 3 without the risk of you getting clipped out of it, or close the distance and then go for like a full crouch mix up, right? Or just full crouch and see what the opponent does. Focus more on options that don't require you to commit to anything, and that you can gain, that let you gain information on the opponent, so you can sort of figure out like, okay, what are this Lay's habits? Does he duck when I do this thing? If that's the case, let me do this thing to take advantage of that. You need to gain more information on your opponent, because right now it just seems to me that you're just like throwing out moves and hoping something works out. Maybe like obviously I'm not psychic here. Maybe you had something going, you had like a game plan in your mind, but I don't know. From my perspective, it just really wasn't working out as well as intended, and especially on wake up, right? Like when you're on the ground and you have to wake up into the lay, you just did spring kick every time, and it's like you're not utilizing all of your options to their full potential. Sometimes the best option is just let the lay whiff something, and then just get up, just hold back and get up fine, and try to just let the lay commit to something, and then use that opportunity to backdash and get out of the way. Yeah, so I just think you're slamming out too many moves, and your wake up options really need to like, you need to really vary up your wake up options. Combos and Oki. Combos, yeah, man, like the combos are just whack. No, they're not whack. Your combo structure is solid. It's just kind of like you need to adjust to maximize your opportunity. Sometimes that means damage, but a lot of times for a character like Kuni and on a walled stage, that means I'm gonna sacrifice this bit of damage, but the Oki I get from it is well worth the cost, right? Because your Oki is way better than, you know, just an average character, whatever average in this game means. So you need to take more advantage of that. Oki, I think you're fine in. I think you could have done a bit more to set up back turn and full crouch stuff. That's just my opinion, though. Maybe I'm a way too much of a believer in her back turn and full crouch stuff. But yeah, I just don't think you were utilizing it as well as you could have. And same thing with like punishment matchup knowledge. Yeah, there's some stuff you didn't punish, like you didn't duck his mid-high stuff, and he only did it like once or twice throughout the entire like 3 sets I watched. So it's fine, but you need to be on the lookout for that, because that's a huge opportunity for you, right? Like, oh, the late gets strong, and I can now duck the mix, I can duck his high and launch him for it, right? I think you also need to just start practicing patience when facing the lay from like super far away, and he's just whiffing stances, and you need to focus more on what hits grounded from a really safe distance, and what's a really good whiff punisher, right? And focus on setting up those options so you can punish the lay. What else? Yeah, not much else. I'm not too knowledgeable on Kuni, so I can't say that like, oh yeah, you know, use X move to set up this mix up or something. I'm just a big fan of her back turned entries into stuff, and her full crouch mix up solid. It's fine. Yeah, I think you should use the back turn stuff a bit more, like setups into back turn, and especially because back turn doesn't mean, you know, just do a back turn move. You also have a lot of generic options from back turn, right? Like when you're back turn and then you hold down back to do this like evasive duck, back duck or whatever. It creates a lot of distance between you and the opponent. It can often create a lot of really good whiff opportunities. I just think your back turn mix-ups are so strong that you really need to focus on utilizing them more. And just you every time you do a stance, you just kind of commit to the stance, when it's like, no, you can do other stuff, right? You don't always have to do the katan into a katan move. You can do katan into a set move, or katan into maybe cancel into back turn, right? I mean, the ideal is that you don't use all those stances, because I feel like the lay isn't conditioned enough to respect you, and you need to be better about like choosing where you do your stance placements. But you're gonna use those stances, they're fine. I just think you need to experiment more and try to focus on the options from those stances that don't require such heavy commitment from you. Yeah, I can't say that I know much Kuni. I think her down forward one's really good. I think you can poke a bit more. Like your jab game is gonna be way stronger than what the lay is. Oh shit. Yeah. I think you should. And maybe I'll do it at some point to like out of curiosity. But I think you should lab and see like okay, Lay's crane stance. What works against it? What doesn't? I really wish they made it more consistent because I shit you not, Fakamram, he has this down two. He has this elbow, right? That's not, you can't low parry it, right? And then I was testing it, and it's like it blows up Leroy and Anna's auto low parry stances, but then Negan just auto low parries. I don't know. It's weird. Some example like that. So I think if you're focused on this matchup, experiment and make sure that you know what breaks the crane stance auto parry and what doesn't. And at the end of the day, he can also just do the hop kick from crane stance, and maybe that's what he did. Um, so it's hard to tell. If you can look at the inputs and see if he manually hop kicked you, or if it was actually like yeah he just auto parried your kunai, which I didn't think could happen. But rip me, I guess. Anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts on like the first few sets. Yeah, alright. Can't really give much more specific advice. If you have questions, feel free to ask. You're in the Josie Cord. I don't really go in the Kuni Discord that much, but it's whatever. Maybe I'll stop by sometime. Just yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Like, hey, you kind of rambled on this point, but I didn't quite understand. Just let me know. Or if you're like, hey, could you specify more on this point? Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you would like me to review the rest of the matches, because you're like, hey, I actually did adjust in the later sets, I would prefer to see like your follow up on that. Just let me know if you're like looking for a full set review, or if like this is enough and you're like, I got enough to work with. I'm set for now. All right, cool.